you for holding. Your call is now being connected.
Thank God, fucking finally.
That's what he said. Right the f***. Hello, trademarking office. This is Jimmy.
Yeah, hey Jimmy, my name is Kevin. I've been waiting on some news on this trademark that I tried getting. It's been about 3 years since I filed for it. Just looking for some sort of update. It's case number 751113572. Subject matter: toy addict.
Is it 2D?
Yes.
Okay. I'm really sorry. There seems to be some kind of clerical error. But both the trademarks for Toy Addict 17 Fan Club and Toy Addict Addicts, that's hard to say, are look like they've already been registered to someone else.
You shitting me?
Yeah.
Both of them?
I'm supposed to do this, but I can get you the information if you want.
Yeah, can you just email me that information over?
You gotta send me a fax.
Fax?
Yeah, no, I said fax. We only use fax here. It's very efficient.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
You have yourself a great day.
This is costing me a fortune. Who even sends faxes anymore? Fucking boomers? Fucking... In 2024, I'm waiting for my fucking fax machine. Fucking ridiculous. This is costing me a fucking fortune. There we go. That mother...
Oh, you two! Don't you dare be sour! Welcome to another Rowdy Thursday, and that could mean one thing and one thing only. It is a brand new episode of A Worthy Addiction. Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, a show like no other, hosted by none other than me and my Rowdy brother. So let me not waste any time introducing one of them. Ladies and gentlemen, over here, this man has free one-way, no, wrong, two-way, no, round-trip tickets to fuck around and find out. Ladies and gentlemen, my man, Unworthy, Dynamite Collector. Woo!
Oh, thank you. And with us tonight, our esteemed brother. He is none other than the man that you only need to open up one can of ass whooping, and you're never going to forget it. None other than Jedi Jack himself.
Woo!
What's up, guys?
What's up? And over here to this side of me.
Oh, that guy. That guy.
This guy, I waited on the fucking phone for 5 hours with the trademarking company today just to get bad news. He's none other than the man who has apparently more fucking fans than I thought he did. Toy Addict 17.
Hello. Thank you for the beautiful intro. And Unworthy, let me tell you, I apologize for that. I'm sorry you had to go through that. But yeah, you're right. I have a lot of fans. I didn't know I had a lot of fans.
All right. Listen, I knew when I put in those files for the trademark for Toy Addict 17 Fan Club and the Toy Addict Addicts, I knew that it was a long shot. I knew I probably dragged my feet and waited too long. Yes. I was just surprised to find out who it was that actually already owns those. And
yeah,
I severely underestimated how long this guy had been loving you.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're listen. I apologize for the stress that you had to go through. So I hope we're okay now. We're good.
Oh yeah, no, we're okay. This other guy, but it's all right. You don't got to worry about it because I went ahead and invited him to be on the show next week. The president and the owner of the Toy Addict 17 fan club.
Oh.
Ooh.
He's going to come on the show next week.
I've never fucking met him. I didn't even know the person existed. Really?
Wow. Well, you're a pretty popular guy, let me tell you. And not just in Connecticut.
Really? I didn't even think I was popular over here. Wow. Big move. Wow, I'm excited. Well, anyways, if you're watching live or you're watching on a replay, again, always much love. Thank you all for showing us support. We're gonna have a chill show today. We're gonna be relaxing, shooting the shit, talking trending topics. We got a little special game for everybody tonight, just kind of get everything going. But other than that, fellas, how are you guys doing? Happy Thursday. Always a pleasure to be here with you guys. Jedi Jack, it's nice to see you, sir, and thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you guys for having me on.
It's always good to see this guy.
Yeah, always. So what's new, guys? What's been going on? Jack, what's going on with you, man? What's the story with Mr. Jedi Jack?
Nothing whole lot. Regular life stuff. And then for those that don't know or haven't been paying attention, not only will I be at Legion's Con hanging out with all you beautiful people, but you can find my table right outside the door to the main hall and stop by and get yourself a high quality dio.
Right.
So please stop by, hang out, just say hi. Even if you're not going to buy anything, everybody that's going, I just be happy to meet with everybody and hang out. So looking forward to that, man. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
We're going to have to get you a really nice, like a table cover to go over the table so people can't see what's under the table from the front. Because I got a feeling I know where this guy's going to be for most of the weekend.
Well, let me tell you, I am super excited. And for anybody who's near the New Jersey area, or in New York, or even close, maybe Connecticut, or even far away, I don't give a fuck where you are. If you have the opportunity to go to Legion's Con. You will not regret it. Just don't buy anything from the place, the hotel. Buy toys. Just don't buy the $5 soda pops that are like this fucking small.
If you like 8-ounce soda cans and you like paying $9 for them, then you're fine.
Seriously.
If you don't enjoy that, well, then you could probably look for Danny and I, because we're going to be wheeling around a cooler full of waters and Monster Energy drinks and probably some Busch Lights and White Claws.
We're gonna be hustling out there. So, and we're gonna have all proceeds are going to our merch and our stickers or whatever, and our toy collection, our toy buying. So I know my buddy here is a big Spiro fan. Hint, just throwing that out to people. He loves this animal, Warriors of the Kingdom. So if you wanna bless that man and hook him up, so go right ahead. He's a big fan. So
donate to the Church of Baywalk. I'll make sure that your donations are very well accounted for.
Yeah, with Pastor Blight. Oh, Worthy, how's it going, man? With you, man? How are you doing, dude? I feel.
I'm feeling good today. I was feeling like death for the rest of this week. Sicker than a bastard. So it's nice to be able to breathe. My ears don't feel like they're exploding. I don't feel like I'm melting. It's been a good day today.
You look like you do. You look well. You really do well. Since the last time I spoke to you, you look more
alive.
Alive.
Now, no doorstep.
Now, and you kicked his ass too.
I did.
You kicked it. Yes, he did. Now,
walked right in, sat on the couch, put my feet up on that motherfucker. Didn't even take my shoes off. I was like, I own this now.
Now, any like interesting topics about birds? I was very intrigued about the bird conversation. I was like, I'm surprised you didn't bring up the birds.
I haven't had anything new I haven't read anything new about birds other than, the normal stuff. They might not be real. Which, they're probably not.
Like
they're probably just a programmed killing machine.
Or drones just to watch your every move. They're the ones who did the eclipse. It wasn't like it was the birds that did it. So we got the chat here. I want to say what's up to the chat because they've been waiting nice and patiently. So we're gonna say what's up to them. So first off, we got Mr. No Chewing in the house.
What's up, Chewy?
What's going on, Chewy?
Chewy.
What's going on? We got Mr. Edgar De Jesus. What's going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got Latin Legions Action Figure Podcast in the house. What's going on, guys? We got everybody's favorite Cobra Dad and the host of the Weekly Habit, Mr. Cobra Dad, the Hood Mania. Go ahead. Yeah.
The
Go ahead.
Hood Mania champion.
There you go.
As I called it.
He said, I love the intro, but what the fuck do you moose knuckles? All right, what do we got here? We got everybody's favorite stalker and one of my number one fans, Mr. Calvin Sex Monster, in the house. Calvin, I love you, Calvin.
One of them, I guess.
What? We got Mr. Raven's Eye Studios. What's going on? What's going on? He is the man who brought you the Ravens Roost. Go check out the Ravens Roost. We got our homie Tripping with Toys. What's going on? What's going on? Everybody that's watching, thank you for joining us tonight and hanging out with us. Again, it's going to be a chill show tonight. We're going to just be shooting the shit, talking about a bunch of nonsense, just hanging out. It's Thursday, so that's how we get down. So kind of get things going. We've had last weekend, we had a pretty excited weekend. We had a WrestleMania weekend. We had night 1 and night 2. Great WrestleMania. Enjoyed both nights. One night more than another because, again, you know, not all matches are great. So, but like I had a perfect question. I know Jedi Jack, you did. We talked a little bit in the back. You're not really big into wrestling, so you kind of just, you know, we could wing it here. We'll figure it out. But,
I'll wing it. I'll figure it out.
So the question, our round table question for tonight is for all those who watched it in the chat.
I love a good round table. I love a good
round table question is, what were your 3 favorite matches of WrestleMania 40? And that's with the exception of the main event in night 2. Let's take that one out. Let's not even.
We're not even gonna fucking touch that.
Let's not touch that one because again, it was a banger. It was a banger, and I think it speaks for itself. And it would be in everybody's list because it was an amazing match. Amazing match. Now, what 3 matches Unworthy would you say? We could go. You could say one, and I'll say one. What was one match in night 1 and night 2 that stood out to you?
I mean, night 1 started out like fucking hellfire. That Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch match. It started out.
Yeah.
It really set the whole tone for the weekend. I mean, those 2 women, they went out there looking great, fighting like fucking champions, the both of them. And there was a lot of moments where I was standing in the middle of my living room with my hands on my head going, oh my God, Rhea Ripley is going to lose. Rhea Ripley is going to lose this fight. So many times that I stood there. And there was actually one point my wife had gone to pick up pizza and wings. And she wasn't home when the match started. And when she came in, I'm standing there like trying to open the sliding door to let her in with the pizza and like help her out. But like I'm like also throwing my hands around like, oh my God. And she goes, how long has this match been going on? And I go, I don't know. It feels like a fucking hour already. I go, and can you believe this horse shit? They're gonna have Rhea lose at WrestleMania. And she like everybody in the house got quiet. And then the match was over, and I was like, "Ooh, that was a close one. I almost lost my cool."
Never mind. Here, look at me the pizza now. No, I agree with you. Like her like losing that title would have been a fucking. It would have been just bananas.
It would have been a shame. I mean, they would have done. They wouldn't do something like that without a good story or good reason, or something to build towards. At least with the women's division, they wouldn't do that sort of nonsense. So it was really good storytelling. That whole match was just really good.
No, absolutely. A great performance from her and Becky. And again, Rhea has such a great run with her title right now. And she is the face of the women's division right now. So to take the title from her right now, you really have to have somebody to be that person. I mean, not to take away from Becky because Becky's great. But I think with Becky, we needed the time. It wasn't the time to take. It's not the time to take her title. Nope, we gotta wait.
The best part of that match is, as everybody who watches this show regularly knows, I have very shitty internet, and it also freezes constantly. And The only thing that didn't make me upset about my internet freezing during WrestleMania was that each time it froze during that first match, either Becky or Rhea were bent over with their ass straight towards the camera. And I was like, how could I be mad? How could I be mad the internet's fucked up? Like, either one of them, it's fine. They both got fucking spectacular dump trucks on them. So either way, it's fine.
Cobra Dad says, Fallen versus Cobra Dad, Cobra versus Uncle Fester, El Rey de Serpientes, and Shitty Skin. Now, Jack, you've never really been into wrestling, from what we talked about a little bit in the back.
No, I mean, I think I watched it, like back in the day, like I think the last WrestleMania I watched, was when Hogan picked up Andre,
Okay.
So that's
wow. Don't date yourself or anything.
He's like frozen. He's like Captain America. He's like frozen and woke up into WrestleMania 40. Yeah. He's like, where the fuck is Andre?
Yeah.
Where's Hulk Hogan?
I mean, that's all I got, as far as I never really followed it or got into much. I was too busy doing actual wrestling, jiu-jitsu and stuff. So, but no, I'm glad everybody enjoys it, man. It sounds like everybody's, it was a great show for everybody that's a fan. I've heard nothing but good things from people that are fans. So, hats off to everybody in the whole community for that. That's always a good thing.
No, I agree. One of the matches I'm gonna say that really stood out to me was the Gunther and Sami Zayn fight. That was a really, really good match. I really enjoyed the match. Yeah,
that could have been so much better. Those guys, it was a great match. They actually put on a great show. But like the way that Gunther kept on like taking his time talking shit to Sammy's wife, it's like, what are you doing, man? You're fucking Gunther. Walter, what are you doing?
You're right. You call him Walter. Walter, what are you doing, Walter?
Get your ass back in the action.
I really enjoyed it because to me, it was I felt really bad when they lost the tag titles because they had this awesome, like Sami Zayn had this awesome run with the Bloodline. He had this awesome run with Kevin Owens, and they win the titles against the Usos, who've had the titles for so long. And then they end up losing the titles to the Judgment Day. And I'm like, fuck, they just lost. They just won the titles. So they get this moment taken from them. And it's like, it was a good moment to kind of give Sammy because he didn't win the title. Look at the puppy. So it was nice for him to have that moment and beat somebody as like, as tough as Gunther, right? But also too, like if you think about it, now that Gunther is not the Intercontinental Champion, now it pushes him to undisputed or world heavyweight title status. Like this is where he's headed, and I've been saying this since since the Royal Rumble. This is going to be like our next champion. He's going to hold that title for a fucking while. So I was really happy that Sammy won because again, not only because I wanted him to have that WrestleMania moment with just as an individual, as a solo wrestler, but also too it pushes Gunther away from that title, and now it pushes them into like world title status. So I'm gonna see what they're gonna do because again, that's gonna be the next thing. So like, Unworthy, what would you say is your second favorite match of the night, or both nights?
As much as I used to talk shit about the guy, Logan Paul has made me a big fan of him.
Yeah.
That man has made me a believer. He is one of the best heels that WWE has going right now. Everything about him, everything about his act, his whole shtick, everything about the guy. He makes me a believer. And I thought that triple threat was really good. Like right from the beginning, Kevin Owens backing the fucking golf cart all the way up and then driving Randy down. And then they're like taking turns, taking liberties on Logan Paul, just beating the absolute shit out of this guy. And even Logan Paul, like at the one point where he pushes Kevin Owens into Randy Orton, and then he's on his knees and he's holding his head and he's like, "Come on, fight each other." I was like, "This is gold. This is perfect."
Yeah, no, it was
great
good.
writing.
Yeah, and having what is the YouTube kid that was just like right?
Always like his ass kicked.
He really got hurt. Like he had like a neck brace. He really got hurt with the RKO. Like when Randy gave him the RKO, he really like fucked his neck up. Like, I was like, dude, what the fuck were you expecting? Like, you expected somebody to like play with you? Like, no, this is wrestling.
Get a YouTuber in on fucking in a wrestling match with Randy Orton.
Yeah,
and that shit's about to happen.
Dude, I'm telling you, I agree with you 100%. Like, I cannot stand the Paul brothers, but Logan Paul consistently, like every match. Well, first of all, he's an amazing athlete, amazing athlete.
Yeah.
He's learning the craft so quick. And then not only that, he's a good he really knows how to piss you off. But like, he pisses me off to the point where I'm like, I respect him for doing that. It's not like Jake Paul, right? Where this guy, like, although he is learning, he has gotten better as being a boxer, he just doesn't fight boxers. This guy's going up against some of the big time guys. He went up against Roman. He went up against Kevin Owens, Randy Orton. Like, he's really putting in the work and he's learning. And again, I think him winning, I agree with you 100%. I think winning was like, I was a little disappointed because I wanted Kevin Owens to have also that moment. But then I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? Let Logan Paul cook a little bit. Let him cook. Let him be that cook. Yeah, let him cook. Let him cook.
I mean, even back when he came in at what was the one in Saudi Arabia where he faced Roman Reigns, like that was at my height of hating.
Yeah,
I was like, what a douchebag! I don't like this guy. Just some fucking fake athlete. What a douchebag. You know? And then I'm watching that match, and when he's doing the selfie video, he's got his phone and he frog splashes Roman Reigns' ass through a fucking announce table with the selfie. I was like, all right, I really am starting to like this guy. I don't want him to win, but I like this guy.
No, he's a good entertainer. I think in time, as he learns to do more promos, like the matches, he has them down pat. He's doing really well in the matches, but he could there's always room to be better. But again, right now he's like, he made me a believer. I agree. I just think eventually with more promos and more feuds and more title reigns, and this is a nice sight to see right here. we definitely right. That's the main event right there. That's the final boss there. No, I agree. He's like definitely meeting every expectation that I didn't have for him. I thought he was gonna be like real shitty, but he's like doing phenomenal. For me, my second match that I would say that was really good is the main event from night one. And the only reason I really like that match is because The Rock has not missed a fucking beat. That guy, it's like there's some wrestlers that go away for a while and they come back and you can see the rust. Not with The Rock. Like I mean, I know he trained and I remember hearing his press conference, he had like rings set up in places he was going to as he was traveling, just to kind of like have somewhere to go to kind of train. And man, when I tell you that, although the bloodline story was great, the Cody story was great, but he kind of made that story even better. Just being the final boss and just the swearing and just being an a-hole and like the way he knows how to shut the crowd up. Like Monday Night Raw was perfect when everybody's giving him the what, and he's like, you guys Philly broke the record for being the biggest piece of trash of all. And then he got everybody at work. He's like, yeah, say fuck me now. Say fuck me now. And I'm like, dude, he's like cooking on that mic. And I love this version of The Rock. Like he got a bonus. Like I read like TKO or WWE gave him like a big ass bonus for him, like hyping this shit up. Like, again, and how
about when he fucking slaps Cody with the fucking belt on night one there, and the ref was like, no, they're on the outside, and the ref starts to count, and The Rock like slaps the ref, and he's like, you count and you're fired.
Seriously.
Like, oh damn.
Oh my god.
Vince McMahon's got nothing on this guy.
And it was crazy too because night one was really fucking cold. The arena was cold, and like Pat McAfee was talking about how I don't know how the fuck this guy's like pouring water on himself and spitting water, and it's fucking freezing outside. I think maybe it was the adrenaline, but again, he didn't skip a beat, and like having him in that match was just perfect. Like it was like watching old school vintage Hollywood Rock in the ring. And I'm telling you, had I been coming out of my coma like Jedi Jack has, I probably would have thought I was in the Attitude Era. Like I was like, what the hell? It was great, man. Like I tell you, it was fucking phenomenal. I love that match.
Rock really pushed the line too with a lot of the shit that he was saying. Like to really, I don't know if it was like him trying to push or drive home the fact that like the PG era is over and you can forget about it. Like they're going back to that more rugged stuff because like when Cody and at one point I think it was on SmackDown, Cody and Seth were in the ring and Seth was just ridiculous as always. And he's like, you walking transvestite. And I was like, holy shit, that's not something you would think you would ever hear on TV today. Holy shit.
No, seriously.
Push the envelope, baby.
No, they're definitely moving into that. They call it the Triple H era, but he doesn't like to be called. He doesn't want it to be called that. But they're moving into this, like, especially now going into Netflix. Now Raw going into Netflix, so anything's allowed on Netflix now. So there's gonna be a lot of like certain words and certain things happening that's gonna make people kind of like, sometimes. I mean, for all those who don't know what that Attitude Era was or ECW. At that matter, if you don't know what those were, then you're gonna see what the fuck it is now. All right, final match. What would you say is your third and final match?
This is probably gonna surprise you.
Okay.
But the main event from night 2 was probably my most favorite match.
Wow. You just surprised me.
I don't like the final outcome. That's no secret. Everybody that is familiar with me and familiar with watching the show, they know I don't like Cody Rhodes at all.
He does not.
But I'm a realistic man. I knew that there was no way Cody Rhodes wasn't going to. I knew that he was going to walk out of WrestleMania as champion. Doesn't mean I liked it. So for me to actually have sat through that whole match and enjoyed almost the entire thing. Like there was some things that really didn't make much sense to me. Just like watching the movie Thanksgiving, a lot of things didn't make sense to me. But the one thing that jarred me and stood out was like, what the fuck does the Undertaker have to do with this? Why is he out here?
Why is the Undertaker?
What is this all about? Like, why is the Undertaker's music playing? Why is he going to be the one to take out the Rock? And then it's like it turns out it's because Stone Cold was supposed to be there, but then there was a lot of like scheduling conflicts and negotiations that fell through. So the Undertaker stepped in because Undertaker is retired and ain't got nothing better to do. And his podcast is fucking shit. So like, what else is he gonna do? But really, from start to finish, that match had all the keynotes, all the storytelling, all of the drama. The physicality was. The physicality in night 1's main event was off the wall, but like the physicality in night 2's main event was like it's just the two of them, and it's still just as physical. Yeah, and still just as impressive. And I'm not going to say that Cody earned any respect from me. I'm not going to say that I started to like him in any way, but the way that match played out and the way that he hung in there with the best to ever hold the belt. It says a lot about that match. Like it was a really good, enjoyable match. No matter how much I was upset with the way that it went down, I understand the way that it went down. Now I understand why it went down the way it did. Really, you know what? I'm just glad to be able to stop hearing that Cody's got to finish his story. I'm glad his story's finished. Yeah, and that he can be the transitional champion that he was only ever going to be anyway. So.
Well, I will say I agree with you 100%. I didn't want to mention the main event because to me it was the best match overall. Like out of both nights is the best match. But credit to Roman Reigns for being this guy who was hated, super hated, especially after beating The Undertaker. He was super hated and came back, reinvented himself, going through with all this stuff and being basically this fucking villain, who really it was a villain you just couldn't help but like him because he was, you know what I'm saying? And like how many stars he brought out, how many people he made stars because of this story, right? The Usos, Solo, Paul Heyman was already in that thing, but it kind of catapulted him. It kind of solidified his Hall of Fame status. Like, it's like this guy could be with with anybody and make them stars. Like, that's Paul Heyman. And then how good it meshed with Cody Rhodes' story, how The Rock was introduced and it worked well, and how they kind of switched the story around, and they, it was perfect. So I could do nothing else after that match and say I acknowledge Roman Reigns as my tribal chief. I acknowledge him. Even now, not being champion, he is still my tribal chief, because for the past 3 years, he's been holding that shit down. Despite whatever he was going, he was holding that shit down. He was.
And the records that he broke and the records that he just, set, in our lifetime, those records will never be beat. Those records will never be beat. There will never be a champion that will hold for as long as he has, period.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if you look at the people who've held them longer than him, like, those were never going to happen. Those were records that we're never going to get. Like, you're talking about people that were holding them for 6-7 years straight because they only wrestled two nights a month. Those ones shouldn't even be in consideration. But the championship reign that he had, you'll never see another one longer. You'll never see as many main event back-to-back consecutive main events. I mean, he had the greatest title reign that I know that I've ever seen and will ever see.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the greatest. I might as well say this is my favorite. I might as well say this is my third. Just kind of go in this because we're already talking about it. But like, I will say it's one of the greatest. Like, it really, for people who grew up, and even you, like Jedi Jack, I know you mentioned the Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan, right? Like, if you would have watched the match, I guarantee you would have watched this match and got a lot of like the vibes you got watching it from back then, right? Where there hasn't been a story and there hasn't been a feud or even just a main event in that magnitude, right? To the point where everybody was fucking invested in it, and everyone, like, this shit was going for like 3 years. The dude was like holding the title. He was unstoppable. He was beating records. He was like building his own dynasty, coming from being the most hated, being booed and all this stuff, for him to come back and literally not only make himself the face, and literally people put him on the Mount Rushmore of like professional wrestling now. They put him on the Mount Rushmore. For him to do that. And like,
I mean, I don't think you can find a better analogy to, or another not amalgamation, like another something that mirrors that Andre and Hogan feud. Like, this main event was definitely an unstoppable force, Cody Rhodes versus an immovable object, something that just nobody could overcome, Roman Reigns. Like, it really was what happened when those two things come together. It was great storytelling. Still don't like Cody Rhodes. I still didn't bet on him. That was the only. I knew he was going to win. And I have this little thing in my household for every wrestling event. We bet on, on all the matches. Me and all my family, we bet on the matches, and whoever has the most right bets is the champion. We have a belt and everything. Yeah. And that match and the Sami Zayn match were the only ones that I got wrong. And I got I got the Cody Rhodes one wrong, knowing that I was going to. I was so far ahead, I didn't lose the title anyways. I was like, whatever, I'll give you people something.
There you go. No, but definitely, I agree. Just to kind of like segue off of WrestleMania, because again, if you haven't watched WrestleMania, go watch the replay on Peacock. I'm telling you, the main event.
Yeah, we're not sponsored or anything, but it was
no, we're not at all. But both main events. Again, I love just to kind of end it here. I love where professional wrestling is heading. I love that I got a lot of the vibes, but more importantly, I'm waiting for Mr. Bo Dallas to show up and do his brother some justice. That's what I'm waiting for, because once he shows up, Cody will be my second favorite. That'll be my favorite because I'm rooting for him, Bo Dallas. So, but other than that, if you haven't watched it, go check Peacock. They got the replay. If you're a wrestling fan, definitely check those nights out. I think everybody watch it. Jack, I encourage you. I don't know if you're like, again, you're not into wrestling. Check the main events out. You will definitely enjoy it, and you will feel like you were watching Andre and Hogan again. I'm telling you, it was great, beautiful. A lot of callbacks from the old school.
I'm just gonna watch these matches with all the ladies that Unworthy was talking about. That just sounds,
yeah.
That sounds.
Watch that one last. Just have some lotion with you.
That's the finisher.
That's the finisher. You got to do that. You got to warm up. Have the others as a warm up, and then watch Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch, and even the.
And listen, the EO Sky Bailey one was pretty good too. Listen, you gotta watch Team Swiss Miss versus the Damage Control.
Yes.
Team Swiss Miss, as I was calling them, because it's hot chocolate. It's Naomi, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill. Holy shit, the three. Wow, those women. I had a hard time, and I mean a hard time, watching that with sweatpants on. I had to get a blanket at one point. Those fucking three women. And listen, Asuka and the other two ladies there, Kyrie and Dakota Kai, they're not bad to look at either.
No, not at all.
But boy, you can't really get a look at them when those other three ladies are in.
Oh yeah.
Holy
it was every time I watched it, I was thinking of Futurama, Death by Snoo Snoo. Remember that episode?
Yeah. Man.
You ever watch that episode? Watch the episode of Futurama, Death by Snoo Snoo. You'll know
exactly. Die with a smile on your face.
remember they were like Death by Snoo Snoo, and they were all like they were making faces. They were like they were doing all right, enough about wrestling. Another trending topic.
Before you get into your next trending topic, if I may, we just had a live call-in. I didn't get the call, but they did leave a message.
Okay.
If it's all right, I'm going to play.
Absolutely. Let's hear it. We were good for live callings here.
You know who this is. This is Calvin. Listen, I don't know who this person is that thinks that they are a bigger fan of Danny than me. But that is a whole truckload of horse caca.
I agree.
I mean, did this guy
fucking mad
put himself in a box, strapped up in nothing but some Christmas ribbon, and sit under a tree in a Korean family's house because he thought it was Danny's for 4 days? I don't think so. I don't think he did.
Poor Calvin.
I'm telling you right now, there's only one man that's gonna prove that he's Danny's #1 fan.
Yeah.
And fellas, you're gonna know. You're gonna see who that really is.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, listen, Calvin, if it's any consolation, I was just as surprised when I found out that I didn't get the trademark. I was like, that motherfucker Calvin. But then when I saw who it was, I was like, this is.
I'm like, so like, all right. Can I ask questions about this so-called #1 fan? Because again, I thought it was Calvin. Calvin has been the #1 fan of Toy Addict 17. He's been since day one.
Hey, man! I've been a big. Nobody's been a bigger fan of you than me. Who else tricked you into being the co-host of a show with? Other than me.
You're right. All right, I agree.
I mean, sure, Calvin's got a good point. I didn't slather myself up in country crock and Christmas ribbon and hide under a tree.
Well, maybe you should.
I guess, but I mean, that didn't pay off for Calvin either.
See, but for somebody to take that name, to call themselves, even over you, right? To call themselves two names.
Toy Addict 17 fan club and the Toy Addict Addicts. Both of them. The two that I tried to file trademark already fucking coined.
Well, I tried to get
the same person.
I tried to get 3 others, but they put a limit on.
They did. Damn, that sucks. Wow. See, now I'm curious. Now, and I gotta like.
I did get Unworthy is my bitch trademark though.
Yeah, those T-shirts are really nice too. Let me tell you. I wear them, and they ask me who Unworthy is, and I go, "I am, darling." And then,
well, if you go on our merch now, we got a new shirt dropping tonight that says "Jack is my zaddy." Jack is our zaddy, not daddy, zaddy. buy those today. All right, going back to trending topics. So we got DC gave us a sneak trailer of Joker 2 with Joaquin Phoenix and Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn. This is supposed to be the sequel of the Oscar-winning first movie, The Joker, right? And now this movie it's a movie, but it has some musical parts into this movie. Now, did you see the trailer, Jedi Jack?
I didn't see it yet.
Okay, so now just to hear that it's gonna be a movie, but it's gonna have like musical numbers, like just basically like a musical.
Well,
like,
here's a better question, Jack. Have you seen the first movie?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
See, you're one step ahead of me. I haven't even seen the first.
It's a good movie.
Even
if you're like you were never a comic book fan and you weren't a Batman fan, it's a good movie, and the musical part kind of scares me because it to me that starts to like you took a lot of the DC stuff and started to make things pretty cast away the corniness shadow that it's had for so long, even though I know they had like a bunch of dark stuff that they've done, that there's still that stigma. At least I think, from when I talk to people, everybody, a lot of people think like DC, they're like, oh, it's like kind of like the corny stuff, right? And I think when you start, it's like, and you had a great movie with Joker and and all the Batmans and stuff, the Nolan stuff and everything. I hope they don't start turning a corner back to like where everybody's just like, oh yeah, it's just goofy, corny.
Well, not only is it a musical, like when I first heard that it was going to be a musical, I was like, all right, that might not be too bad. Like I love Sweeney Todd. That was a great movie. That was a musical.
Right.
I love the new Willy Wonka was pretty good. The new Matilda was pretty good. Those are musicals. Like I do like a good musical movie. But then when I find out it's like a karaoke musical, it's not original. It's not original songs. It's all going to be like
like kids
songs,
like Kids Bop.
Like I'm like, what are they fucking doing? What is this? This is the worst decision, and I haven't even seen.
There's gonna be some Lady Gaga songs in this movie,
unless that's like their twist of it trying to be just that weird. People are mentally unstable, like it's supposed to like make you feel uncomfortable, kind of thing. And if
they gotta really work for
it. But it could work. I mean, who knows? It could be that weird. I mean, there's been other stuff. I mean, I still, the one I always turn back to is like Heath Ledger's the worst choice ever to play the Joker. Before the movie came out, it was like, oh, that's going to be absolutely terrible. That guy. And it ended up being probably, in my opinion, the best Joker ever played.
He was a very good Joker. The thing that I always get hung up with Heath Ledger is not Heath Ledger did a great job. He was an amazing Joker, but people that hate on Jared Leto's Joker, saying that it's not comic book accurate at all. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. This isn't accurate to the comic books. Accurate. And it's like, well, Heath Ledger's was not at all comic book accurate either. So
comic books are not overall.
How can you love one and then hate the other? Because it's creative liberty.
I know I'm like in the minority because I thought Jared Leto was like great as the Joker. I loved his take on it. The face tattoos and everything. I was like, he looks like a modern Joker. Like that's what some crazy now it
in this world. This is what the Joker would look like.
Crazy, crime boss would look like. It was perfect. The crazy grill and everything. It was like he nailed modern Joker in my opinion. I just feel bad he didn't ever get a bigger chance to like really play it up. I think if they would have had like a bigger movie with it and had him in it, I think he could have just like blown that thing out of the water.
No, I agree. And then going back to like, it's like like not original, not comics are alone are not like they have different interpretations. There's their Elseworld stories. There's the new Black Label where they take these characters and they change their stories around. They change their like even with the art, all the art is different, right?
Anytime
The
they change an artist,
design-
every every like 6 months anymore, the artists and writers change anyway. So like the whole everything changes. It's
so
just
all that stuff to me is like when they say that's why I'm always open to new interpretations of like outfits or people playing them or designs. I mean, some things do bug me, but like I'm not like me personally. This movie right here, I'm for it. I'm gonna give it a chance because it's a different feel than what you're getting like from all the other comic book movies, right? But like if you watch the trailer and you see the cinematography, that scene alone where Harley Quinn is at the jail and like she paints the little with her lipstick, she paints a smile and he kind of leans onto it and then smiles and it kind of like goes. I'm like, that right there alone, I was like, that right there sold me. I was like, if this is the kind of shit we're getting and this is the kind of cinematography we're getting, then I'm fucking sold. This is gonna be another, if not Oscar winning movie, it's gonna be Oscar nominated movie because again, Joaquin Phoenix killed his part as the Joker.
Yeah,
that first movie alone was amazing.
And Lady Gaga is fucking.
She's been in Oscar worthy. She's been in Oscar winning movies. Like what was the movie with the guy that plays? Oh my god, what is his name? He plays
Bradley
the boy
Cooper.
Bradley Cooper, right? She she won an Oscar or something for that song that they had together in that. Yeah,
I've not seen that movie either. I always go back to the American Horror Story that she was the star of. Yeah. And like, oh my god, that woman can do. She can do anything. I'll watch.
Yeah, she's talented as hell. She's a great.
She's
singer.
got what I like to call yams. You know, big thigh. I call those yams. She got them yams. You know.
Oh yeah.
Big fucking thighs.
There's a couple scenes in that American Horror Story show that were, they're all right.
I saw this. I was watching one episode. It was actually with my wife. She wasn't my wife at the time. She was my fiance and girlfriend at the time. But we were watching the one episode where she's like laid out on the bed and like you see Lady Gaga's ass. Man, and she got mad. She's like slamming. She's like, Lady Gaga. There's a rumor going around that she was born a boy and she has a penis still. I go, I don't give a fuck. I'd probably let her poke me with it. I don't care. Look at that ass.
My man said, "Fuck it,
don't care.
Fuck it, who cares?" No, but I saw the trailer, man, and I'm sold. I'm gonna give it a chance. I can't. Based on the trailer, I can't judge the movie based on the trailer. It scares me too. But again, sometimes when you take bold moves like that, again, you're incorporating a very popular pop star. A very popular pop star in this movie. So there's going to be soundtracks to come out of this movie. She's already good at acting. She's done acting in some movies already. She's already been. So now you got Joaquin Phoenix, who's an Oscar winner. You got her, who she's been nominated and won. And you put them in a movie, and then you got this entire cast. I'm sold on it. I think the movie's going to do good. I think people are going to watch it. I mean, maybe the younger folks are watching. They're like, maybe not a big fan of it, but I mean, personally, that one scene alone where like she's at the jail and she paints a little smile with her lipstick and he like leans on it and smiles. I was like, you don't see stuff like that in no comic movies. Like only my thing is, so I was like, only DC thinks of shit like that. Like only whoever was thinking of this movie was thinking like somebody had to read, like that was perfect. And before I say anything else, ladies and gentlemen, the cult of positivity is in the house, Mr. Yimbo. Everything is in the house. I had to shout him out. Yimbo, what's going on, dude? Thank you for coming on.
Here's something I want to ask since we're talking about the Joker. Being as it's a musical, but a karaoke musical.
Yes.
What is a song like? And keep in mind, this is not an original song to the movie. This is going to be a pop culture song or a popular song. What is something that you would like to see? What is a song you would like to see them do?
Sing?
Yes,
in this movie?
In this movie.
That's a great question. Ah, man. It's obvious to say a Lady Gaga song, but like if I could think of another song that's popular, I don't want to say a rap song. You imagine the Joker doing a Kendrick Lamar song or something like that. That would be funny as hell.
Well, I mean, Rick Ross's Purple Lamborghini would fit pretty well, but that.
Yeah, right. Man, that's a good question. Wow, man.
So this question was asked on our friends over at the Dynamic Duel podcast. They also asked this question. That's what made me think of it.
Okay.
Or what made me steal this question directly from them. And one that I did not hear that I would love to hear, sung by the Joker as he is in his in the asylum there with all the crazy people, just mingling it up with everybody. I would, and this might be a really offshoot thing that probably won't happen. I would love to see the Joker singing "Friends in Low Places" by Garth Brooks.
Okay. It's good.
I mean, think about it. It hits all the notes. It's all, you know, I got friends in low places.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with "Dead or Alive" by Bon Jovi.
Wow.
Okay.
Dead or Alive.
Now, would it be Harley singing it?
It'll be both. It would be Harley singing it most of it, but like then he has like little parts in the song.
Okay.
I would want to hear that song, "Dead or Alive."
Okay.
Wow. That's good shit. Good choices. Good choices.
What do you think, Jack?
I think I could see the Joker singing "Control" by Puddle of Mud to Harley. You know.
Yeah, that would actually
little twisted and crazy, and he's trying to get his way in there.
Okay.
I dig that. That's a good choice.
Yeah, it's a really good choice. Damn, I'm trying to think of another one. All I can think of is Lady Gaga songs. That's all I can think of is that Lady Gaga songs. Shit,
that was one of the ones that I heard was somebody say they did a
Just
Lady
Dance.
Gaga, but instead of poker face, it was my Joker face.
Right? Or "I Was Born This Way." That's a good one to kind of like put on there. Like, I don't know. There's so many. I know for a fact there's going to be a soundtrack to this film, and she's going to have a lot to do with that soundtrack. And like Lady Gaga fans are like loyal fans, so you know they're going to buy it all. They're going to like, I'm telling you, there's no way I see this movie. Like, it may not be nominated, but I don't see it doing bad. There's no way, because to me, I see the movie, and even watching the trailer, there's a lot of acting in this movie. And that's one of the things that I love so much about the Joker movie, that they take these comic book characters and they turn it was like a Mark Scorsese movie. Like, it's like really good acting in this movie. Like, so I don't see this movie doing bad at all. I don't see it at all. Not one bit. Yeah. And Unworthy froze.
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, while we're talking, so kind of just moving on to our next trending topics. CinemaCon. I believe tonight is night 2 of CinemaCon, and it's basically a con that showcases all the movie production companies. They come and they basically make announcements of like upcoming movies and like, you know, just overall like they give you like sneak peek of trailers and stuff. So now Paramount came on tonight. I believe it was tonight, and they announced a bunch of movies. The first movie I like to talk about that I'm really hyped about is they talked about a rated R Last Ronin live action movie.
Yes.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles live action movie. Rated R movie at that. So what do you think about that, man? Rated R.
That would be phenomenal, because I think the people that are still going to be like Turtle fans are going to be people that can go watch our movie. Yeah. There's no sense making a Ninja Turtles fan for kids nowadays, because they have no idea who Ninja Turtles are.
And they also have the Mutant. What is it? Mutant. The new one that came out, the cartoon.
Yeah. You've already got that. So why not expand your audience and cater to your wide range of fans and go, hey, here's this story that's more mature in nature anyway, and we're going to give it to you the way that it was written.
No, absolutely.
And I'm hoping for it, man. I'm all there for it. I think that I think it'll be good. I mean, I got zero doubts.
I agree. I think that with the I'm a little scared. I'm a little skeptical about it. Because it has to be like, I don't know if they're gonna go with the CG type stuff, if they're gonna go with the CG route, or they're gonna go with the kind of the Jim Henson type style, like in the 90s. I mean, can they pull that style out? But like, I want to see something. It would be nice to see something. It would bring a lot of people to the theaters to see something gritty and how popular the Last Ronin story is, right?
Yeah. So
like for them to do that, like it's crazy. It's like, I'm surprised it's not animated. I'm surprised they didn't go with the animated route.
It's there's a not to change the subject, but like for animation. There's a show. It's on, I think it was on Netflix, and the name of the series escapes me. It's animated, but it's about this unit during World War II that was made up of cowboys from Oklahoma, a bunch of Chiricahua Indians from the reservation, and a bunch of Mexicans. Okay, and basically they were like the unit like nobody cared about kind of thing. And I don't know if any of you guys watch Band of Brothers or anything like that.
I've watched Band of Brothers.
It's like Band of the Brothers.
Okay.
This unit did a lot of stuff during World War II. They're present for a lot of things, but the whole thing's animated in a really cool way. But like literally 5 minutes into it, you forget that you're watching animated. The way they film, like they did the filming of the actors, and then all the backgrounds are kind of drawn in and everything's kind of drawn over them and everything. And it's beautiful. Like, and if they did like, Last Ronin, kind of that style, I think it would work,
Yeah. So do you think that they should have went with the route of animated rather than live action for this movie?
Only if they don't have the budget to make like the CGI or the costumes really good.
It's Paramount, so they probably,
if you got the budget and you're going to put all the money and hire the best people, make that CGI freaking awesome, like the way it was in for movies like in 2010, when CGI was like great, and then all of a sudden everybody started turning out crap. I don't know what happened. If they take their time and do it right, it'll be fantastic. But if they just rush it, it's going to look like garbage.
Wow. Yeah, I agree. I'm just a little bit skeptical on the live action thing. Like, I think it'll bring people to theaters. People will watch the movie, but again, it's just going to be like, I don't know. I just feel like, if the CG is okay, it's just like, if you're giving us a R, and then that's another thing too, like it could be PG-13. Like, it doesn't have to be R-rated, right?
It doesn't have to be.
Unless you're like gonna like show, I don't know. I'm a little skeptical about. I'm excited for it. I'm pumped for it because I love The Last Ronin. I'm a little bit hesitant, but again, I can't knock it until I watch the trailer. I can't knock it until I actually see it. So, Unworthy, The Last Ronin, live action. What do you think?
I think it'd be tough to do.
Yeah. I agree. It definitely would be tough to do. Other movies that Paramount they showcased a little bit of the Sonic the Hedgehog movie 3, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 with Shadow. Jim Carrey's returning back to Sonic the Hedgehog, which is awesome. They showed a little bit of that, so I'm very pumped about that. Gladiator 3. What do you? That's another movie that I was a little bit like, what? Really? They're giving us another Gladiator? Now, is this a prequel to the Gladiator movie, or is it just like a continuance to the movie?
As far as I know, it's supposed to be the son of
Yeah, that guy.
yeah of the real Caesar.
Okay.
That that was the big fan of Russell Crowe.
Okay.
It's supposed to be him, kind of growing up, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I wasn't all that impressed with the trailer. It didn't really like inspire me to like
No.
want to really watch it, but it could end up being a freaking incredible movie. I mean,
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago, I watched like what I thought was going to be like a B movie, and it ended up being one of the better movies I've watched in probably the last year.
Yeah. I'm a little also too. I'm a little hesitant because if you remember the 300, how good the 300 was, and then they released the 302, the second part. It just wasn't. It just didn't like. There's some movies. My only thing. I'm not gonna knock it until I watch it, but I will say that sometimes there are movies that are made that need to just be that movie. There's no need to have a sequel.
Yeah.
Like I never thought in a million years that they would ever even think about making a Gladiator sequel or even a prequel, whatever the hell they want to do.
Yeah.
I just think like there's certain movies that just I feel like they need to stay where they are and don't fucking touch them. Just leave them alone. But I am gonna give it a chance because again, I was a big fan of the first Gladiator movie, and it was great. With Russell Crowe, it was a great movie, and I just again with Joaquin Phoenix too, being in that movie, great movie. It's just having a sequel to it is just kind of like it gives me those like 300, like the second 300. It gives me those vibes.
Although,
the
second 300 did have Eva Green.
Okay.
Topless in it, so I mean, there's.
Well, yeah, that was a plus, right? Other movies that they Paramount had mentioned: A Quiet Place, Day One, which we've seen trailers of. There's Transformers 1. I don't know what this Transformers movie. I stopped following Transformers after Bumblebee. Like I just watched Bumblebee and I didn't watch it. But they did announce that they are going to be doing the Transformers G.I. Joe crossover. They are going to be doing, so there are going to, so for all you G.I. Joe Transformers fans, you're going to get a G.I. Joe Transformers movie crossover. So I think that's going to be okay. I mean, G.I. Joe movies, I see that's the route with the last movie that had came out. That's the route they're going in. But I just don't, both franchises are, it's going to be nice. It's going to be fun, but I don't think it's going to do anything.
The comic books were really good. G.I. Joe and Transformers crossover comic books were really good. But that doesn't mean that it's going to translate well into a movie.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm hoping.
I think. If whoever did Bumblebee, whoever did that movie and kind of gave you, I don't think because it's what was the last Transformers movie with the
big monkey? Yeah, that was a really good one.
It's not it's that movie. It's different from Bumblebee. It's not one of those movies that I agree. I don't think it's going to translate well. Because again, both franchises, they're the Snake Eyes movie wasn't great. It wasn't great.
Yeah,
but then even the G.I. Joe movies with what you would call it, The Rock and stuff, those movies were great. So I don't know how great those are going to be. Another movie.
I think certain things don't translate well into movies, and I don't know. The G.I. Joes would have made great movies back. Not to sound insensitive or anything, but G.I. Joe would have made good movies pre 9/11.
Yes,
anything after that, it's we had a real upswing in American pride, and then it was after that, if you're proud of being American, you're a douchebag, basically. So it's that's how the general public has behaved in our country for the last few years. So it's I don't know, a movie about G.I. Joes, which is the American way, I don't think it's going to do. I think the G.I. Joe movies are destined to fail in today's culture, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's a goddamn shame that we have so many people living in this country that hate our country. It's like, okay, go find a better somewhere else then. But then then you get called insensitive for saying that.
Yeah. Well, what better way to show that we love our country by adding Autobots? let's add robots. Let's add robots to the movie so we can love
robots from outer space.
Right.
That's
right.
So the epitome of illegal aliens.
Oh Jesus. Other movies that were mentioned: Avatar, animated movie with starring I can't think, but one of the known actors is Batista, playing the villain in this animated movie for the Avatar: The Last Airbender. He's going to be one of the villains. And then Mission Impossible 8, and I saw other movies here, but that's pretty much. The Running Man, a remake to the Running Man. That one really got me. That's again going back to just those movies that you kind of just have to leave them where they are. Don't touch them. It's like a curveball. It's like, why are we making a sequel
Definitely
to the
an
Running
odd
Man?
choice.
It's like I'm getting a lot of like Total Recall vibes with Colin Farrell. Like, there's no way. And like I'm telling you, The Running Man is one of my favorite, even over T2. It's one of my favorite number one Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. It is my number one. I love all the Stalkers. I always talk about how I would love NECA to make a line of the Running Man figures and give you Dynamo, Buzzsaw, Sub-Zero, give you all of them, and even give you like the little cart where it takes you into the games. Like, give you all that shit for them to kind of. I mean, we probably will get that now, hopefully, right? Like, they're gonna get the license. Hey, let's make some Running Man figures out of like somebody else. But like, that's a movie that's like it's real. It's like Total Recall. Like, I don't see personally. I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it at all. I don't think it's gonna be I mean, not to knock anybody. If people may enjoy it, people may like it. Me being somebody that grew up with that movie with Arnold, it's just not gonna be. And like, I have the director and actor here that are supposed to be in this movie. I forgot. I know the last name of the director is Wright or White or something like that. And then the actor who's supposed to play Ben Richards is up here too. But yeah, how do you guys feel about the Running Man?
I think it's definitely an odd choice of movie. Yeah. It's definitely an odd choice to be going with. I know Blumhouse is really into making obscure movies, but usually they tend to lean towards like obscure movies that weren't that good. When they remake, but then they're remaking Running Man, and I don't want to say Running Man was a great movie. My name's not Toy Addict 17. I don't want to say it was a great movie.
I love the movie still.
It was a good movie though, but like, I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of other ones that Blumhouse that would have been right up Blumhouse's wheelhouse. You know, like, definitely other choices. I mean, I'll watch it if it's good. I'll watch anything. So
yeah. Other movies that they're talking about rebooting is the Scary Movie franchise. They're thinking about giving you guys reboots of the Scary Movie franchise. So
wait,
with
Blumhouse?
I don't think it's Blumhouse. I want to say it's Paramount, but they announced that they want to do reboots to the Scary Movie. They want to reboot the franchise, the Scary Movie franchise.
They should.
That's
like,
what a waste
they want to do that.
Money.
Yeah, they want to do that. Other ones that they also announced were the Wicked. They showed a little bit. They showed another like teaser or trailer for the new Wicked movie. Ariana Grande is in it, and from what people are saying, it's pretty good. Also,
I cannot wait. I've seen. Here's something that people might not know too much about me. I love Wizard of Oz, and I've seen. I do. I love Wizard of Oz, and I've seen Wicked. I've seen the play Wicked. Like, I've gone and seen it in theaters, like a real play. I've seen that fucking play so many times. And then when they announced they were going to do the movie, I was like, no, that's stupid. Don't fucking do that. Don't do that. Don't ruin this. And then I seen the first little bits of teasers. And like when the casting came out, I was kind of like, I don't know how I feel about this. But then when I started seeing the teasers, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna probably see this fucking movie in the theaters probably fucking 15 times. I guarantee you.
Have you ever gone to see the play?
More than I just said I've seen play millions. I've seen play 100 times. I love the play. I've seen it everywhere but Broadway, basically. I want to see it badly on Broadway.
So Blumhouse is also doing a couple of remakes, and they're gonna tackle a lot of like the horror ones. So there's one they announced the Wolfman. They're doing a Wolfman movie. One that really captured me, like that really struck me, is that they're bringing back and they're rebooting the Blair Witch Project. So they're thinking about bringing back the Blair Witch Project. Just remember in the first movie how much it inspired Paranormal Activity. Like, right when you saw the Blair Witch Project, like how it's just like a film camera and these kids were in the woods and it fucking looked real. Like I didn't want to go camping after that. Like, fuck that. Like I don't know. Like I feel like Blumhouse can do a good job with it because they have done good movies. Halloween 2018, phenomenal movie. So, they have done great movies. It's just I'm a little scared. Again, Halloween 2018, but then you got The Exorcist, the new Exorcist, and it's like, you can't juggle those two. I don't know. Blair Witch Project. How do you feel?
I'm actually kind of excited for that. If it's done right, I should say. I'm excited to see how it turns out. I think that is a good movie that is prime for the picking for like a reboot into today's modern narrative. Because if you think about that movie when it came out, like handheld camcorders were the shit. Like people were recording everything. Kids unwrapping their Christmas presents, Easter egg hunts, fucking anything and everything that they could get that camera in front of them and record. Like people were doing that. Like that was around that time. So I'm excited. I'm kind of excited to see what they can do with a modern story of the Blair Witch. Because now everybody carries a fucking camera in their pocket every day.
You know what? I didn't even think of that. Now you made me a believer. Thank you. You made me a believer saying that.
What makes me think that is like you better believe I'm a prepper, like I know how to survive out in the woods. But if I was out on a work trip and my vehicle broke down and like I'm out in the middle of nowhere and all of a sudden like I had some creepy shit start going on, you better believe I'm pulling my phone out and I'm recording for as long as my phone is going to record.
You're going to see a lot of like TikTok and like references or IG references or
you're
going to see whoever's in the movie.
But that's like that shit works. That shit works now.
No,
like how many there's movies out there where it's based on like this crazy shit like Thanksgiving. I was kind of making a joke about it earlier. Thanksgiving, the dude's streaming it live as he's bashing dude's head in with a fucking a meat mallet. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen that movie. But
I mean, it's been out for a while, so
like that alone is kind of terrifying to me. Like, not only is somebody sick enough to record that, but there are people sick enough to watch that and give the thumbs up and the likes and the smiles and the heart emojis. Like, that's why I think this is a smart choice. I think this is prime for the picking for a modern reboot.
Now, Jack, I know this next one is probably one that you were very excited for. So they debuted a terrifying trailer of Nosferatu.
Yeah.
So Blumhouse is doing Nosferatu, and I believe it's starring. It was it William Dafoe, and now it's the guy from It now, right? It's him.
Yeah,
now.
it's what's his
Bill
face?
Skarsgård.
Skarsgård.
Yeah, he's a new Nosferatu. So they were. How do you guys feel about that? Like watching the original.
Now, for me, like a lot of times, I really don't like these, the remakes.
Yeah.
Only because if once in a while, if something's remade, if a long enough time has passed where technology is completely changed, and and you can take a story and make it much more exciting, or do more things with it because of what we can do. I think that's really cool. And this is a prime example. Nosferatu being a silent movie, and now you're taking it into the being able to make it with modern era and modern techniques and things like that. I think this, as long as you keep it scary, you're in a complete win situation. Otherwise, with some of the other things that we talked about, I mean, the Blair Witch thing, I can kind of see with like, the cell phone thing. You're taking the next generation of stuff, but like sometimes what I look at it, a lot of the remakes is like being lazy. Like write something new. Just make a new story. Even if it mirrors something else. I don't, I'd rather watch something and go, you know what, this reminds me of just like, such and such, but this was, your own take, and, you did something else, rather than just like, we're just going to remake the Running Man again. But Nosferatu, I digress. That's probably the one I'm definitely most interested in seeing.
Yeah, me too.
Now to piggyback off of what you just said, now with the Blair Witch Project, now if it was something that was a completely original story, like it's titled Blair Witch Project, which is like named after that movie, but it's a completely original story, not in any way tied to, completely original to the original.
Yeah, then I think that's a great idea. Then I think it's cool. But if they just end up using like the same script, even if it's like kind of loosely, it's like you didn't really do anything, man. You just like you copied somebody else's work and used different equipment. And I get it, man. It's all for companies to make money and stuff. And I mean, but there's some things, like you said earlier, there's some things that are better left just alone. They were really good the way they were. Like, if don't make a sequel, make a different story. I'm not honestly like I want to watch Roadhouse. I want to watch Roadhouse. I just don't think Jake Gyllenhaal should have been Patrick Swayze's Actually,
character.
Look,
I don't think he should have been.
I will tell you this: the best people in that are Jake Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor.
Okay.
Yes.
Jake Gyllenhaal is actually really good in that. Conor McGregor is freaking awesome in it.
Yeah, I heard he was real hilarious in that movie. I haven't seen it yet.
The rest of the actors are the worst actors I've ever seen.
Are they really?
They're freaking terrible.
So are they good because they're good, or is it good because it's easy to look good with who they're in there with?
No, because like it's almost sad. Like I feel bad for like Jake Gyllenhaal and like Conor McGregor's like effort of like he was himself, but like turned up, like playing the character of himself.
Gotcha.
And he was great. And Jake Gyllenhaal like did an interesting take on the whole Dalton thing. Yeah. And it was really cool. And if it had been surrounded by like other people who could act, it probably would have been a great movie. Like, it's okay to watch. It's not it's not awful. It's just not good. On the flip side, like right the day after I watched that, I watched a movie. It was a couple years old. And I thought it was going to be a B flick. I mentioned this a little earlier. And it was one of the better movies I watched in a long time. It's called Boss Level. Okay. And it stars the guy who looks like me.
Who looks like you?
Nobody.
Yeah,
nobody looks like you.
He played Crossbones in the Marvel movies.
Come on, that fucking hack, Frank Ruffalo. No way.
Yeah,
Ruffalo,
Frank Grillo.
No,
Frank Grillo.
He wishes he looks like you.
But I'm telling you, watch that Boss Level movie.
He goes to bed praying and dreaming.
So you know that guy that does dials on IG? I want to look just like him.
Dude, but anyway, there's a movie called Boss Level. It's on, I don't know, Amazon or something. Frank, thank you, Collectible. it's probably one of the better movies I've watched in probably the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a Groundhog Day / action movie / it's funny in parts. There's some great action. There's some great comedy. It's a good story. You really don't know what's going to happen. Sam Elliott, yes, there's another good one.
All right.
I wish I was half as cool as Sam Elliott.
All right, so you just said that that movie it was surprised you with how good it is. That's a good question. Is there been any movie that you have seen lately that was like you were expecting it to be bad or you had heard reviews about it being bad, but then you watched it and you were like, I absolutely love this.
Ooh,
it's a good question.
That is a good question. I went and seen Kong and Godzilla, and it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't. There was too many people in it.
Fuck the people.
The humans aren't necessary.
Fuck the humans.
There should have been way more time with God. Yeah, I mean,
we don't want the humans.
You know,
more monkey fighting. That's all we need.
You know, one of my favorite parts was like, you know, when like Kong goes to the surface to like try to go get Godzilla's help. You know, Godzilla shows up and just starts kicking his ass,
just whooping the shit out of him.
And Kong's doing the
no gauntlet or anything. They built the fucking gauntlet. It's like you imagine that, like somebody building something for you to make you fight him because it's gonna be over, and you still get your ass whooped. It's like it was such a waste of time. Like, why the fuck would you even like? I love Godzilla. To me, Godzilla was just like. Godzilla's everybody on Monday morning. Godzilla's that every single day. Everybody, all of us on Monday morning.
He does that over the shoulder look where you're just like,
like, don't fucking talk to me. That's the look. Don't
if somebody had to voice Godzilla, it needs to be like Clint Eastwood from like where he's like, get off my lawn.
That fucking movie, I love it. Gran Torino. That was the movie. I love that movie.
Exactly.
No, that's a good question, Unworthy. A movie that I thought was shitty from like what I heard people were saying was shitty from the reviews, but then when I watched it, I'm like, you know what? It's not that bad. You know what? Because I don't go into movies.
Oh, I got one.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. No, absolutely, go ahead. I'm still thinking.
I was gonna say it was probably like a month or so ago that I watched it finally, but the Dungeons and Dragons movie. It was way better than I thought it was going to be.
No spoilers.
I thought it was.
Our buddy,
I thought it was
our buddy Toy Art Unlimited. He keeps on asking me, telling me that I need to watch it.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like complete trash, like garbage. I was like, this is going to be just so stupid, and it was goofy, but it was entertaining. It was fun. I watched the whole thing and went, that wasn't bad at all. Yeah, it was way better than I expected it to be.
I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this, and I know I'm ready. So as soon as I say it, I'm gonna say it quick so Unworthy could get whatever he needs to say. But I personally now think that Halloween Ends is not a bad movie. I really enjoy Halloween Ends. I really do like Halloween Ends. People hate the movie so much, but after watching it, I watch it like I'm getting what I'm expecting from what they're gonna do with the show. So I'm like.
Well, now because you know what's gonna fucking happen. You've accustomed yourself. You've acclimated yourself to garbage, so you're like, I'm happy.
I'm Corey.
With this.
You know, every time I watch that movie, it's like I'm Corey Cunningham in this movie. I feel like Corey.
What a fucking shit ass waste of an answer you just gave us.
No, really. After watching the movie a couple of times, I'm like, you know what? If I watch this movie. And not call it call it Halloween, but not call it a Michael Myers, Laurie Strode movie, and look at it as an anthology movie like Halloween Season of the Witch, I'm okay with it. There's no problem. The only time it bothers me is when I start thinking about Halloween Kills and Halloween 2018. I'm like, fuck, you gave us all that, and then you gave us this. But then I switch it up. I have to like, all right, let me watch this and like think of it as a show, not a movie.
Let me just tell you, there's a term for this, Danny. It's called Stockholm Syndrome. And here's the other thing. I will have to take your word for that because I sat through that movie once and I
Okay.
cannot fucking imagine having to sit through it again. So maybe I would have to sit through it like 4 or 5 more times in order to think it's a good movie. But listen,
No, but listen,
my life is not long enough for me to sit
I want
through that
to answer this
steaming
question. It says,
pile
don't
of
put-
shit of a movie.
He said, let me answer this question because this is a good question. It says, don't put it in Season of the Witch category. When Season of the Witch came out, it got the same amount of bullshit and same amount of shit Halloween Ends got because they wanted Michael Myers. They wanted a Michael Myers back because Michael Myers was already popular. They already had Halloween and Halloween 2. That was never that Halloween franchise overall was never the intention to have Michael Myers be the center of that movie. It was supposed to be an anthology movie. That was basically what they were going with. Was it executed in the way that you wanted it to be, especially having kills at 2018? No, I agree 100%. Again, when I watch the movie and I think of, if I start watching Halloween Ends and I start thinking of Halloween 2018 and kills, it bothers me. I'm like, fuck.
So you gotta. So when you're
It
watching
bothers
this,
me.
you gotta stop
when I'm
thinking
watching,
about what makes you happy and how you're gonna enjoy this. Stockholm syndrome.
I gotta like really like get out of my head and say, okay, I'm gonna watch this movie. I'm gonna look at this movie.
Have you been abducted before?
I have. This man. Remember the eclipse happened. I honestly, like, after I watch it a couple of times, I'm like, you know what? There are some strong points in that movie. Like there are some points in that movie that are strong. That opening scene with the kid was fucking great. I love the opening scene. And like there are some
good scene.
there are some great openings.
There are some
great openings.
Right?
There are some great opening scenes. Great scenes. There are scenes that do stick out. But again, when I watch the movie, I have to kind of like get out of my head and say, okay, this is not part of Halloween Kills Halloween 2018. This is a whole different movie. They're going to eventually give us the real ending to this. They're going to give us a Snyder cut to the Halloween Ends. Snyder is going to come back and he's going to redo the movie and like it's going to be like 3 hours long. But I got over it. Like, I mean, that's my opinion. But as far as putting in the category of Season of the Witch, that's exactly what Halloween Ends is, Season of the Witch. And you know what's crazy? It got the same amount of like dislikes and people hated it as much as they hated Season of the Witch. Yeah. And then years later on, when down the line, people are gonna love it.
When we're old, wrinkly fucks, and our kids are doing a show, and they start talking about Halloween Ends with the same reverence as we would talk about Season of the Witch, I hope we're still around to be our wrinkly old fuck self for us to jump on and be like, no, you're wrong, you stupid child, you know nothing.
I would be that kid. I'm gonna be that old man, like, fuck you. You don't know good horror movies when you
don't know anything, kid.
You were born yesterday. But that's a great.
I adopted you. You're not coming to Thanksgiving.
No, but that's definitely a movie that I kind of had to. I learned it's hard. It's really hard. I'm split in the middle. I'm in the middle. I like it, but I hate it. But it's like, all right, I'll just rather stay here and just enjoy the middle. I don't know how
you can even.
Let me just enjoy.
The same man that I have been sitting across from talking about how much he hated that movie is now saying that
it grew on me. It fuck. He's like, Halloween might be a watch. Now, hell no. You mean it's fuck that? Like, trust me, Halloween 2 by Rob Zombie, to me personally, it's a worse movie. I think Halloween 2 with Rob Zombie is a worse movie than Halloween Ends. And I say that boldly, and that's my opinion. I think it's a worse movie. It's a Bowlesby statement, but people might think it's a Bowlesby, but it's still the only good scene in that movie is that nightmare scene in the beginning. There is nothing good about Halloween 2 with Rob Zombie. Nothing good about that movie. So that's just my opinion. Again, I respect everybody else's opinion, but again, Halloween Ends.
I don't know if you do respect everybody else's
opinion. I do respect it. I stand by this movie. Again, I just have to watch it in a way where it's like, okay, it's not a sequel to those two movies. It's just an anthology movie. I really much enjoy it. And I know who this is. I know who you are. We're going to have a talk about this. We're definitely going to debate about this. Don't worry. We'll get our moment. Halloween makes zombie. Hell no. To a blind person? Are you kidding me? Hell no. I will say it's not as good. As much as I hate Resurrection, Resurrection is a better movie than Halloween Ends. I will say that. I hate Resurrection with Busta Rhymes. I fucking hate that movie. But it's a better movie than Halloween Ends. Now, Halloween 2 with Rob Zombie? Absolutely not. It's not.
Listen, I would tell you that I would rather watch Halloween with Busta Rhymes than Halloween Ends. But listen, there's a lot of things I would rather do than watch Halloween Ends. Like, I am pretty fond of my testicles, and I would rather go put them in a drawer right now and then slam the fucking drawer shut than watch Halloween Ends again.
Really?
I would rather. I live on a blind corner. I have a the road comes around in a corner and people fly like a bastard.
It goes back to this.
I would rather just
Absolutely,
stand
Calvin.
on
Thank
that
you.
corner for 2 hours than watch that movie.
Well, you know what? I would love to see that.
You would listen. You would
do it right now. I'll do it right now.
Listen, I'm with you. I would rather watch myself get run over by a semi truck in my road than watch Halloween Ends again. You're right. There's a lot more entertaining things to be watching.
You heard it here first, guys. On the next episode, we're gonna see Unworthy stand in the middle of the road. I would love to see it.
Wow.
Listen, we could put a poll up. Would you rather see me slam my testicles in a drawer or stand in the road? Because listen, either one of them are
not fair
to watching Halloween Ends.
That's not fair because even me saying Halloween Ends, I'd rather see you as man your fucking testicles on a pole. I'd rather see that. No, but I don't know how the fuck we got into this. That was a great question. Thank you for bringing it up.
So the reason I asked is because I had somebody tell me that Thanksgiving was a very stupid movie.
Okay.
Not you. I mean, you kind of said it was stupid, but like you didn't say it was stupid. You said it was cheesy or corny. Like,
it was silly. It wasn't corny. It was silly.
Like,
it was fun.
Yeah. But I watched it and I was like, I love this. Like the very opening scene with the mall riot, all the way to the end, I was like, I love everything about this. This is going to be my new personality. I was Power Rangers for a while, and then I was DC for a while. I've been Pokemon for a while. Now I'm going to be nothing but Thanksgiving from here on out.
No, Thanksgiving is great. Now, I think it has a lot of callbacks to urban legends and like I know what you like. It's a lot of like the little campy jokes and like breaking the third. You know what I'm saying? Like it has those like moments where it kind of brings you back to those movies. But it's so fun. Like the kills are fun. Like that whole scene with the him like putting the oil and like setting her up to put her in the fucking oven is like fucking dope to me. I love it. It's a great movie. Like I think, and they're already working on the sequel. They're already getting the second part. So
I can't wait.
It did really well.
Shout out to fucking Dr. McSteamy or Dreamy, whatever one he was. That man absolutely made that movie. I'm not going to give any spoilers away. I'm not going to say anything about him other than he made that entire movie such a fucking great experience from start to finish.
Yeah, he was great.
I can't remember his real name. You're the one that keeps telling me his real name.
Oh, you're talking about Derek Shepard from the Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah,
yeah. I don't know his real name. I know his real. I got to look up his real name, but that's who that is.
I can't remember. I love him.
I would never call him by his real name. If I met him, I'll say
Dr. Steamy, right?
Dr. Shepard. Vico had a great question here, and I don't want to miss it because I want to definitely talk about it. He says, "What do you guys think of the remake of The Crow?" I'm no one to criticize people's hard work, but it is not. Again, it's like Roadhouse. That is not Eric Draven for me. That is not Eric Draven. It kind of reminds me of like a spinoff to a John Wick movie. Like it just feels. It doesn't give me that those Crow vibes like Bramley. It doesn't give me none of those vibes.
No,
it doesn't give me those vibes. I mean, Bill Skarsgård.
I was gonna say it's not Jason Momoa, right?
No. It's
thank God,
Bill,
because that movie's cursed like that.
Skarsgård he's playing Eric Draven.
Man, I'm not happy to see. I'm not happy to see him kick the bucket either. But like, at least it's not Jason Momoa.
Yeah, I definitely. Again, I'll watch it. I'm going to watch it. I'm gonna give it a chance because I don't want to go into it like I don't want to just go based on the trailer. I'm gonna give it a chance. It's just again, just a little bit of the trailer. Like it's kind of like I didn't get that, that whole like Brandon Lee and Shelly, that Eric Draven Shelly story, and like how it just didn't seem that way. It didn't give me that. Like I didn't get none of that into it. Like I don't know. It just kind of to me it feels like a sequel to like a Crow. Like it's another Crow movie. It doesn't feel like the original Crow movie.
Yeah, at least for me when I watched the trailers, it did not feel anything like the Crow. It felt it felt more like you said, like John Wick. It just all I seen was like uber violence with like a lot of stuff, and I was like, and I don't care about that. I mean, that's entertaining, plenty entertaining at times, but like the Crow to me was like a lot more emotional and artsy, and there was that like gothic vibe to it, and this one just had like I don't know.
It doesn't doesn't have a gothic. It doesn't have a Hot Topic vibe.
It's just it's got more of a I don't know. It just just wasn't working for me. But you know what? I mean, for a new generation of people, it may be like, oh, that it's the greatest movie ever. It's really cool. Yeah. I thought,
now, do the tattoos bother you? That he got a lot of they made a lot of references to Jared Leto's Joker with
no, because like again, like I think that's like a modern take on things is like it's where you had like tattoos used to be kind of like stigmatized, and now it's like you're the weirdo if you don't have one almost anymore. So the tats don't make a difference to me. It was more like how they portrayed like the character itself. It just seemed because he's supposed to be like he's half ghost, and this just looked like not.
No, it just didn't. I mean, I love the scene. I do love the scene where he gets shot with the shotgun and he like falls in the tub and then gets up and you can see the big ass wound. That scene was dope. But then it's like I agree with you. Like I don't get that goth feel, and I don't get, and honestly, I already know that I'm not gonna get that Shelly and Eric Draven, connection. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like, honestly, how the fuck do you top Brandon Lee playing a fucking solo on a roof? You do not top that. No. There's no way in hell that one scene alone tramples the whole new movie. There is no way.
and to bring it home, I purposely just watched The Crow like last week, the original, and I'm like, there's no way they can't touch this. That movie was golden.
Did you like City of Angels? I think for the franchise, like I love The Crow, but I do like City of Angels as well.
I didn't think it was bad.
After that, it was just like I didn't want to watch the rest of it.
No, the rest of it was pretty bad. I mean, City of Angels was all right, but the first one, Brandon Lee was just phenomenal.
It's definitely one of a kind. Now there was a TV series with the guy from Iron Chef, what's his name?
I know.
Ala Cuisine.
Yeah.
He was the Crow. And like he looked really good. Like he looked really, really shit. Maybe I could pull it up, but he looked really, really fucking good in that scene. So yeah.
Mark Dacascos.
Yes, right? Yes. There you go. Thank you. Underground Fall Railroad. All that whole name. Thank you, and thank you. Oh, yeah. So that
thank you, Mikey. Good. That's what he's trying to say.
Thank you, Mikey. No, but I'm not getting a lot of like to answer that question. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna go into it with an open mind, but like so far from what I've seen, I know the story. I don't know what else they're gonna add to the story, but again, I don't see them like. I don't see it, and it's not getting good. Like people don't want it. They don't. I mean, it's not gonna make money. It's gonna be a flop to me. I mean, it may surprise me. Yeah. It may surprise me.
The other thing was like, and again, it's generational stuff, but The Crow had a great soundtrack.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I don't know what kind of soundtrack this is going to have. And that plays a big part. Like music was a big part of that movie.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a good soundtrack that like resonates with people and the times, it's literally part of the story. So I don't know.
Now here's the this guy. What was his name again?
Mark Dacascos.
So this is him in the TV show. Now, that's close to Brandon Lee.
Yeah.
That I mean, if I would have never known, like if you squint a little,
Yeah.
you know, it could be like right, like if you had this in the new movie.
If you squint a little.
Well, I mean, all I can see, or every time I see him now, all I can think is,
Oh yeah, you're right. That does kind of look like him, doesn't it?
Well, I think you know. Are you saying Filipinos look like Chinese?
No, I'm not saying
'cause-
anything like that. I'm not saying anything like that. What I'm saying is that
fucking called you right out, didn't he?
he gives me a lot of like he looks like Brandon, like he
No,
looks
he,
like
he
Brandon
did.
Lee.
You
He
know?
definitely looks like Brandon Lee. I think like if even now, right? Like how old is this fucking guy now?
Dude, Mark Dacascos was just in the one of the last John Wick movies.
He could have fucking played the Crow. Why did they just have him as the Crow? They just wanted somebody younger, right?
Yeah.
And then Bill
Keanu
Skarsgård.
Reeves?
He's
Don't do that.
Keanu.
Don't keep on wishing this on my people. That I don't listen. This is a fucking cursed movie, cursed concept. Like most people involved in this die. I don't want Jason Momoa
yes,
or
we
Keanu
are.
Reeves anywhere around this.
All right. Well, yeah. No. Yeah. The Crow. I don't know. Well, Vico, thank you. Yeah, the Crow. I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna give it a shot, but I don't see anything.
Yeah,
anything
I don't
great
have high
coming up.
hopes.
Well, it was like a.
Did you guys watch the with the other Skarsgård brother, the Northman?
Yeah,
That was phenomenal.
he's great.
Was that a movie or a show?
There was a movie. It basically starts off as Conan the Barbarian, and then goes off onto its own thing.
Yeah.
And again, it was one of these movies that's like super artsy and
Yeah.
you know, there's not like a whole lot of lines in it.
Mhm.
Really dark and interesting, and man, that was a phenomenal movie.
I think that was a movie that shout out to Unboxing Art. He's the one that kind of referred that movie to me. He wanted me when I used to do lives on IG, and before we did like movie talk on Toy Talk, I used to do talking movies on IG, and that was a movie he recommended for us to watch, and I watched it. It was a really good movie. I agree 100%. Yeah, to answer this question, Cobra Dad, yes, we're still going. Yeah, we're still going, dude. I understand you got to go to bed early, but yeah, we're still going.
I was literally right in the middle of typing a response.
Well, this is Trending Topics was fun, but I do have a game for you guys. And seeing as my buddy here is a Pokemon fanatic, he's collecting the cards and he's doing things. I figure if you guys remember the Pokemon show, if everybody watched it, there was this little segment in the Pokemon show where it's like they would give you the option to guess that Pokemon. So I have a game for you guys today, and as Toy Addict presents, Guess That Photomon. So basically, it's either a crop photo from somebody on IG, and you guys both could guess who it is, and then I'll tell you whether you're right or wrong, and we'll go from there. Okay. So
hey, Cobra Dad, you guys still have not asked me on. I keep begging.
It's just the one guy, and it's only 5 minutes. It won't hurt.
Yeah.
his CNA don't let him stay up longer than that. Well, we got
listen, we much love. We love Cobra Dan. But when he gets on here talking shit, we do got to remind him who the boss dogs are.
So again, guess that Photomon, and again, it's a crop photo from somebody on IG or a photo from somebody on IG. You just guess who it is. Hopefully they're not hard. Hopefully they're not too easy. But we're gonna start off. Here we go. First one is this one. Guess that Photomon.
Oh, I got it.
I know that right away.
I know it.
What is it?
That would be J Bear.
Yes.
Okay. So
the fancy pants.
So Jamie Bear Fancy Pants. Absolutely. And phenomenal cosplayer if you guys are not following her.
And also Jamie Bear and I, we were chatting just last week. It looks like we're going to do a Batman and Zatanna cosplay together. She's gonna be Batman,
Okay.
and I'm gonna be Zatanna.
Perfect. That's gonna work.
I mean, it can't get any better.
I can't wait to
I
see
don't
you
think
in
the
those
world's
tight
ready
pants.
for it, but man,
I'm ready for it.
listen,
Fuck the
it's
world.
gonna be
I'm ready
paid
for it.
How low cut top is you're going to be? You know, I want to
Very.
see a good.
Very.
All right, next one is guess that photo man. Whose photo is that?
It's Dead Man 1.
Okay. What do you think,
Yeah,
Jenna
I
Jack?
think so. Yeah, I think it is Dead Man.
Okay. And survey says you guys are correct. It is Dead Man 1.
Goddamn right, I'm right.
Yeah. All right, next one. Guess that photo man.
Ooh, is that collectibles in that?
Is that your final answer?
I want to say that is Toyo photo because that looks
Toyo
like
photo?
the sign he made.
All right. And survey says
Ooh.
no. Is Gage Y free, right? Am I saying that right? Gage Y is free. Yeah. He does amazing horror shots.
Did
dude.
he get that
And he built
sign? He must have got that sign from
No, that's the NECA that sign is the NECA Friday the 13th set. It's part of that. All right, next.
Well, then that's even bigger shout out to Toyo that it looks like something made from NECA.
Here we go.
What the
Next
fuck
one.
is that?
Oh, I know.
Guess
this
that
is.
photo. What is it, Unworthy?
I'll let Jedi Jack go.
Go ahead, Jedi Jack.
That is I got nothing.
Okay. Unworthy.
That's our friends over there at the Show and Tell podcast.
That is correct.
Oh.
Show and Tell podcast. Mr. Agent Variant and Super Cool Marky Mark. Have a show on YouTube.
Super cool, man.
All right, next one. Guess that photo
Ooh,
man.
oh man, I just saw this too.
I think I know who this is.
Who do you think it is, Unworthy?
I think that's Shoot.
Okay. What do you think, Jedi Jack?
Yeah,
That looks
same thing.
that
It's
looks
gonna be
like
Shoot.
You guys are correct. It is Shoot Me 9-1. All right. Next one. Guess that photo man.
I got nothing.
You got nothing? Okay.
That's comic book art of some sort.
Okay.
Or like illustration art of some sort.
Okay.
And
That's the
judging
that's the new Last Ronin.
Okay.
The backstory.
I was gonna say, judging by your previous picks on our friends and former guests, I'm gonna say that is probably from Crimson Bat.
Okay. Thank you for and you are correct. It is a variant cover Halloween inspiration. The terrifying Crimson Bat.
See, I would have never guessed that if it hadn't been for the fact that you're picking out our friends and our former guests.
All right, next one. Guess that photo man. Guess that
I'm
photo
not even
man.
gonna say. I'm not even gonna tell you.
Guess that photo man. What do you think, Jedi Jack?
Oh, that's why am I fucking blanking? This is what happens when you drink a fucking bottle of wine sitting here.
There you go.
the fuck.
Yeah, no, it's not fuck.
I mean, that guy looks like he can fuck.
He's dead. That guy's fucked.
Real bony though.
Son of a bitch. Hang on, I'm gonna give you a name.
All right, give me a name.
And when I'm wrong, I'm gonna really feel like shit.
Okay.
Yeah, never mind. I can't find it.
All right, Unworthy, what is it?
That is the album cover from the Brothers album by Sequential Plastic.
And Mr. Ben Roman, yes, the brother.
Who I was trying to spit out. Sorry.
All right, last but not least.
Oh, that's easy.
Who's this?
That's
Look at those
Chubsies.
thighs.
Look at them Tims. You Chubbs? You says Chubbs? What do you think,
Yeah.
Unworthy? Agree? Yes?
Yeah.
All right. So, yes, it is Chubsy and Mrs. Wubsy's logo. Absolutely. Our tribal chief and
Yes.
female chief. Yes. Those are our tribal
Acknowledge the
chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, good job, guys. Damn. There you go. There you go. All right.
Well,
so
listen, it's only because I picked out your pattern right away.
I figured. I know I should have made it harder. But good job. Now, for everybody who's watching every week, this is the portion of our show. Every week we like to showcase people in the toy community. And I wanted to stay consistent with this. So for this week's hashtag AWA_weekly fix, again, we wanted to showcase 3 awesome accounts who are doing amazing things in the community. As soon as I present to you guys who they are, go check them out. Some of them you are already familiar with, but I wanted to showcase them tonight. So whoever I showcase tonight, go check their stuff out. Go check their page out. Give them a follow. Go check out the work that they're doing. Go give them a like. Go support their work because, again, everybody that we showcase, we like to show some support. So, again, every week, every Thursday, we'll have 3 different people. And, yeah, we're just showing love. So, first one is we had them already up here, the Terrified Crimson Bat. Great guys. They have an amazing comic book. Me and Unworthy were blessed to have the first issue of this comic. I know Raven's Eye purchased a couple of the variant covers, and I think they're working on issue 2 right now. So definitely go check them out. Go check out their first comic. Go check them out. They're doing really awesome things, and they're getting a lot of awesome known artists to do variant covers. And they have, as you guys saw earlier with the game, they have a Halloween inspired cover from Michael Myers. They also have a Jason Takes Manhattan cover and a Child's Play cover. So they have a bunch of them. They have original art on their website. So go check their stuff out. Give them some love. Show them some love. Give them a follow and keep up with the stuff they're doing. They're doing awesome stuff. Next we have Highly Posable. Highly Posable, awesome show on Fridays. Unworthy, I'm gonna let you take the reins on this. Show these guys some love.
Yeah, definitely. Go over to YouTube, check out YouTube's channel, Highly Posable, hosted by Steam Powered Mom, our boy KJ Smith, and of course Biolabs. And listen, Danny and I are going to be guesting on that show very soon because we like to act like we know things about action figures. And why not act like we know things about action figures with a couple of the best hosts that you can ask for? Go check these guys out. Very excited to be promoting these guys and very excited to be asked to be guests. We didn't even have to ask. We, believe it or not, got asked, which always surprises us. Definitely a great show. They love covering all of the action figure news, all of the reviews, all of the upcoming shit that's coming out. And these guys, if you appreciate knowing the let's say the dirty side of a figure, if you're something that you're really hyped about, something that you're really excited about, and you have questions like whether this is going to be good or not, definitely check these guys out because they're going to give you the no sugar-coated, no bullshit version of a review on whether this is going to be good or bad. It's their opinion, but their opinions usually aren't wrong. So definitely go check out our boys over at Highly Posable.
Absolutely. Definitely go hit go to their page right now. Give them a follow. Go subscribe to their channel. Again, awesome guys. We had Vile on our show before. He's an awesome guy. Very knowledgeable of toys. He's great. Last but not least, we have the boys are back. We have what do we got here? That's what we got.
That's what we got.
The Lazy Boys.
Get that animal out of you.
Yes, they are back. The Lazy Boys and the Pick Bar are returning April 21st for the Lazy Boys and May 1st for the Pick Bar. If you guys are not following them, go give them a follow. Go show them some love. Awesome feature page. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time, they pick random photos, no matter how big the account is. They pick a photo and they use their hashtag and they showcase your photo and they talk beautiful about your photo. No criticism. They just talk about your photo and show your photo some love. And then they also have hosts. Me and Unworthy, Clintastic, and AB are the official first hosts of the Pick Bar. We were the first ones to ever be hosts on the show. And then from that kind of spewed into the community where other people decided to make groups and they started hosting. And you just go in there to show them some love. Jedi Jack has been a host on there before, and he's been able to showcase other people's work as well.
His episode got way better ratings than ours do.
Definitely did.
No
Definitely did.
I wasn't wearing pants, so.
So definitely check them out on Wednesdays. Now, if you don't want to be a host and you want to just kind of share your story to the toy community or whatever, hit them up. You join them on Lazy Boys on Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern time, and just hang out with them and basically do what we did tonight. We'll just hang out, shoot shit, talk pop culture, talk toys. Maybe more toys than what we do because we don't talk too much about toys here. But yeah, that's the spot. So go check them out. Hosted by Thor 2012, AB, Blitz Figs, and Green Geek 88. Go check those boys out. Go hit them up. They're awesome dudes, and I'm happy to have them back. And I wanted to show them some love because they've been on a hiatus. And we got them back, and I'm happy to have them back. So I wanted to show them some love. But other than that, that's the weekly fix for tonight.
And one thing that I will commend Danny for here is he is very good about putting this together because I've been slacking. I was going to put one up tonight, and I didn't get the fucking graphic up. But I did want to give a shout out to Two Sentinels, between Two Sentinels. And the Toy Daddies. They had an amazing show last night. Joint show between the TPC Top 10 and the Between Two Sentinels. They had the A-Walk fellas, my favorite toy company. Great episode, but also always shout out to Jay Shot, Machu Toys, No Chewing, Toy Father, Yimbo. Always go check those pages. Great fellas.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. So we come to the portion of our show where we're going to do plugs. Jedi Jack, I know you plugged a couple of things in the beginning of the show. So is there anything else you would like to plug?
No, just the guys in my weekly Daredevil collab, the Hell's Kitchen collaboration every Tuesday, popping up. Anybody that wants to be part of it, hit me up. There's no limit. There's no requirements to, do anything. Just ask for, good participation, put forth your best effort. And I will, like announced earlier, I will be at Legions Con, not only in person hanging out, having a fantastic time, but with a table there right outside the main room. I'll be easy to find. And come say hi, hang out, have a beer. I will have a cooler full of White Claws and Busch Lights. And so
now let me ask, are you going to have cards, like business cards to hand out? Because like if you give us a stack of them, we're going to be making our rounds. We're going to be walking around. Everybody we see.
So here's a funny thing. Like I started doing with instead of making business cards, what I do is print up 3x5 of different photos of mine, and then I just stick a sticker with my info on the back. So if nothing else, they take like a cool photo and go, "Oh, that's a cool photo." I take it and then they look it over and it's info. So and anyway, those go faster than business cards, and business cards people tend to toss out. They're less likely to toss out like a photo that they think is pretty cool. So
yeah,
if you need some Batcave pictures, I will be sure to send the Batcave to Clint to take some awesome pictures of it.
I want your pictures of it. Your pictures of it.
All right.
I was going to mention earlier. I was going to mention earlier. I felt like while you guys were talking about WrestleMania that I was Clint because I was just sitting here just staring at the camera, not saying a word.
Well, shout out to our brother Clint.
That's my same reaction. Don't feel bad. That's my same reaction. Anytime people will like be on the show, people were talking about either Star Wars or Power Rangers. Like I would say nothing. I had nothing to say because I don't know shit about what we're talking about. So I'm like, yeah. So I don't feel bad. I totally understand. Unworthy, anything plugged in? We don't have. Just Follow Unworthy.
Next
Follow
week
me.
we will be having the owner of the trademarks that I was after of Toy Addict 17 Fan Club and Toy Addict Addicts. We're going to be having the esteemed fucking privilege of having somebody who loves Danny more than I do, apparently, and more than fucking Calvin does, apparently.
Wow, I'm excited to see who this is.
Very excited. I mean, Danny would be excited. I'm not all that excited. I mean, I'm excited to have this person on, but I'm not all that excited because, like, I spent a lot of money trying to get those fucking trademarks.
I get it. I understand.
Like, you have no idea how expensive trademarks are. They're not fucking cheap. And when you try to go for 2 at a time, it's painful to wait 3 years knowing.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to next week. I can't wait to see who this mystery like over you, like even like over you. That's crazy.
Over
like,
me, over over me exactly.
Oh my god!
Crazy,
oh my god! We're gonna have my mom on. Oh my god! my mom is a guest on the show. Oh shit! No, I'm excited. I can't wait.
I mean,
yes,
finding out that anybody is a bigger fan of yours than me, that's a fucking shock, obviously, and like not just like a fan, like, oh, I want to blow you, like Calvin, like, but like somebody who had the wherewithal to. Jack took his pants off. And I forgot what I was going to say. Somebody had the wherewithal to apply for these fucking things, these trademarks before I did. Like, I've been working 3 years on getting this.
Come on, Mikey, come on,
man, in my back pocket.
Oh man, but I can't wait. Awesome, man. And for everybody, listen, for everybody that tuned in with us, again, it was a chill show. I hope we entertained you because we're here to have fun. That's what we do every week, every Thursday. And I wouldn't want to have fun with anybody other than these two guys, and Clint and AB. So thank you so much for joining in. If you haven't hit that like button, go hit that like button. Thank you for all the support. Or like Unworthy says, don't.
Or don't. We'll be here next Thursday.
So I have a special quote of the day, and it's coming from one of the toy daddies, and I'm super excited to share our quote for the night. And I got his blessings. I asked him, I was like, hey, can I use this for the quote of the night? And he's like, go for it. And I'm like, thank you. I'm so honored and so privileged to have this quote. And I'm telling you, it just warms my heart. So we had a special quote from the Cult of Positivity. Mr. Yimble reviews everything, and that's tonight. One of the toy daddies, and Mr. Go check him out. Go check him out on Wednesdays. Go check.
Thank you for tuning in.
Sorry,
I'm gonna. Sorry. I thought the show was over. So
I fucking slipped. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna share the screen. I'm gonna share the screen. Oh my god. I'm going to share the screen with you guys, and I'll play this awesome video. So here's our quote of the day. Oh, let me go back. See, I'm fucking up.
I didn't do it this time.
Damn, you don't fuck me up. Hold on. Let me get this back. Oh, no, here we go. We're going to play this again. Here we go.
We don't make mistakes, just happy little accidents.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said,
good night, beautiful.
Thank you for tuning in.
Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button
Click that notification bell
for more content.